I'm Sonic, a little blue ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package. Super Sonic. And in order to save my planet, I had to come to yours. Sonic. Where am I? What year is it? Is The Rock president?
Jamie Philberg, M-Time China.
Good to talk to you.
Really enjoyed the movie, enjoyed your performance.
Thank you.
I want to begin by asking you, Dr. Robotnik is the smartest man on the planet.
Of course.
But
yeah.
he's also...
So it took me 2 weeks to prepare.
It was really easy, right? But he's also got this huge personality that makes him a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the process of...
Imagine if you were the smartest person on the world, how annoying everybody else would be. It'd be very difficult just to wait for your sentence to end. You'd be going like,
Come on, I know what you're asking.
I know what you're about to say. Exactly.
Was it difficult physicalizing all of those characteristics in the performance?
I don't know if it's difficult. I mean, it's always difficult when I'm doing some kind of crazy character like that, but it's joy. You know, it's really like, and it doesn't, it's funny because it doesn't stop on screen. It's like, you know, life is a dance. Mm-hmm. You know, whether I'm cooking breakfast or I'm walking down the street, to me, life is a dance, you know, and I'm always dancing, you know, so whatever I'm doing, I'm dancing. And especially in a character like this, it's like my chance to be, in my mind, I'm Fred Astaire. You know, I'm exploring the spaces, you know.
You've got some amazing scenes with Jim Carrey.
Mm. Oh, man, yeah.
What was it like going kind of toe-to-toe with him in a scene like that? That must have been awesome as an actor.
Yeah, it was like, you know, this is like, all right, I can't top this. I grew up emulating him and wanting to be him, and just like the guy is just like, you know, my Jimmy Stewart. Like he was, you know. So to be there on set with him, doing these scenes with him and watching him work and trying to stifle, you know, laughter that's coming out, and like, that was the hardest part. It was like Jim would do 15 different takes, and each take was something new and different that he wouldn't tell you he was gonna do. And I remember one take, he opens the door, I open the door, and he goes, my name's Tom Wachowski, and he goes, Wachowski! And so I started laughing, and I'm like, oh crap, don't like ruin the take, because that's the first rule of comedy, is like, just keep a straight face. So by the end of the day, I had this like bruise on my right leg from pinching and like, you know, like creating pain for myself, so I didn't laugh and ruin the takes. Because it was just, I could just sit there. I might as well have had like a thing of popcorn on my lap in the takes, just watching Jim do his thing. It was amazing. Yeah.
20 minutes ago, an energy surge knocked out power across the entire Pacific Northwest.
Who's there?
Why are you hiding out in my garage?
The entire military is after me.
Good morning, my rural chum.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Wait, don't hurt him.
How aware were you of the Sonic the Hedgehog video game, the mythology, before you signed on this film? Are you a gamer? Did you
No,
play?
I wasn't a gamer, actually. I'm starting to get a whiff of it now, you know? It's kind of incredible. I mean, you know, through my grandson, actually. My grandson and I play, and he humiliates me, and I know it's a process.
But that's the best way.
Yeah, but it's like, so I'm going, it's not doing what I wanted to do, you know, that kind of thing, and I put a lot of money in the swear jar. You know, I say, one day I'm going to beat you, and he goes, yeah, when you get born again, and start playing at the age of 2, you know, stuff like that. So it's just all fun, man. I love it, and the graphics now are incredible, like the basketball and the hockey, and it's just unbelievable. My whole family, for my birthday, I took everybody to one of those virtual reality immersion things where you put packs on your back and the goggles on and things on your hands and your feet, and you go in there. And I just imagined like it must be hilarious to work in a place like that, because you're in the middle of the floor with these things on, just going like, ooh, like this, trying to deal with the reality in there, and they just must be howling, because it was amazing. I really want to get into that production-wise. I really want to be part of that stuff, you know, this new world of total immersion, 3D immersion. I think we need a Sonic,
Sonic,
you know,
to go.
total, virtual reality world.
I was a huge gamer growing up. Yeah, I spent a good portion of my life playing video games. It was, what was the first video game console? Was it
Matters how old you are.
Was it Commodore 64?
It could be Atari, it could be Commodore.
Atari.
Did you
and
play
all
Pong? Do you remember the
Pong,
first game? Pitfall?
Yeah, Pong, Pitfall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mars Revenge or Lars Revenge?
Well, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I went through all of them, and then it was Mario, and then Sega came on, and it was like, all of a sudden the engine of the video game was so much faster, and the game was so much quicker, and the character was so cute and cuddly. But yeah, I spent many hours, many days playing the game, and it's pretty exciting to be here, like talking about the character in a feature film and being a part of it. It's pretty special.
Yeah, for me it was a big, video games were a huge part of my life because I was coming up just as Nintendo came out, and then obviously Super Nintendo and then Genesis, but I had devoted so many hours because not only did I like to complete games, so not only would I do that, but I would play like, you know, RPGs, which are these longer games like Final Fantasy, and devote many hours to them. So it was huge. And so for me, I of course had beaten and played Sonic 1 and 2, I'd played Knuckles and stuff like that, so I was very excited and also wanted to make sure that the fans like me that liked the character would like the way that I did the voice. So I tried to, you know, treat it as with as much respect as I could.
Back to the beginning of your career, our users in China may not be aware how you sort of started in stand-up comedy, and that led to your early TV and film work. Could you kind of talk a little bit about that journey?
Well, you know, I spent my entire life entertaining, you know, my world. You know, I had parents who were concerned about things, and as all young children want, they want to, you know, make their parents happy, make the people in their life happy, and my comedy was born out of that. It was like my ministry was the church of FFC, Freedom from Concern, and so I grew up doing that, and then at one point my father said, "Hey, there's these things called comedy clubs," and we went downtown. And I started in the comedy clubs, and I did that for 15 years before I got my first acting role, and it was just a grind, and night after night after night, you know, I would have wars with the audience, and I would have this glorious moments where, you know, just standing ovations and things like that, and it was an amazing school to grow out of, you know, and then I actually quit because I was an impressionist, and I decided, you know what, that's not where I want to go. I want to create my own persona. And so I quit, and I started acting, I started doing classes and things like that. The first time I ever did an acting class, they had this exercise where you sit in the middle of the floor and you start vocalizing. You start going, ha, 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 like that. And people generally like get some tears, and they generally, you know, some yell a little bit because it's in there. You want to see what's inside you. And I did it, and about 30 seconds in, I roared like my jaw opened and a couple of extra, you know, hinges, and I roared through my butthole, you know, basically from the center of the earth, and screamed at the heavens, and then was reduced into tears, and then hysterical laughter, and when I was done and I calmed down, the teacher looked around, and there was silence in the room, and he went, "Is that an instrument? Is that an instrument?" Like that, and he just started going off. And so I've always had a connection to whatever that eternity is that we are, you know, and more and more as I go, I'm connected to that. Yeah. And so I want to show that. I want to bring that.
This is my power.
That was an illegal left, by the way.
And I'm using it to protect my friends. Bet you didn't see that coming, huh? Blah, 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 blah. Let me know if you want to go round 2 with the blue.